In today's video, I'm going to show you how to set up PaperClip on Hostinger so you can build and run your own multi-agent workflows without dealing with any complicated setups. What's up, you guys? My name's Ashley, and by the end of this video, you'll understand exactly how to launch a system where multiple AI agents work together like a real company. Here's the problem that a lot of people can run into. Using one AI tool is easy. You open it, give it a prompt, and it gives you an answer. But the moment you try to scale that into multiple agents working together, everything can start to break down. You've got different tools running in different places, no shared memory, no structure, and no clear way to manage what each agent is doing. It can quickly become super messy and inefficient. And that's exactly what PaperClip is designed to solve. And when you pair it with Hostinger, you can skip the technical headaches and get everything running in a really structured way a lot quicker. So let's get into it. So PaperClip is an open source platform that allows you to organize multiple AI agents into a system that behaves like a company. Instead of thinking about AI as a single assistant, you're creating a team. Each agent has a defined role, a purpose, and a place within a larger workflow. So instead of doing everything manually, you can essentially set up a structure where one agent manages tasks, another agent handles research, another executes, and everything works together towards a goal. That's what turns AI from a simple tool into something much more powerful. Now, PaperClip doesn't come with its own AI model. Instead, it connects to existing providers like OpenAI, Claude, or Gemini, and then coordinates how those models are used. This gives you flexibility to choose which models power different parts of your system depending on your needs. One of the biggest advantages is control. Because PaperClip is self-hosted, your system runs on your own server. That means your workflows, your logs, and your data are all stored in an environment you control instead of being tied to a third-party platform. Now, this is where Hostinger becomes very important. Setting up something like this manually can be overwhelming if you're not technical, but Hostinger actually simplifies this now by offering a pre-configured Docker deployment. Instead of installing everything step by step, you can launch a working PaperClip environment with just a few clicks. So before we get into the setup, you need to understand why this approach even matters. A lot of people start by running AI tools locally on their computer. At first, it seems fine, but as soon as you try to scale, you start running into problems that are pretty hard to ignore. Your system can shut off and everything will stop running. There's no persistence, so your workflow doesn't continue in the background. You can lose progress, lose context, and have to restart the process manually all over again. On top of that, there's no real structure for how agents interact, which makes it really difficult to manage anything beyond very simple tasks. Another major issue can be cost. When you're running multiple agents without a structured system, it's easy for usage to spiral without even realizing it. There's no built-in way to limit what each agent can do or how much it can actually spend. PaperClip solves this structure problem by organizing agents into a system with roles, responsibilities, and workflows. Hostinger solves the infrastructure problem by giving you a stable environment where everything runs continuously. When you run this on a VPS, your system is always online. Your agents can operate 24 hours a day. Your workflows don't stop when your laptop closes. Everything is centralized, persistent, and scalable. This is what allows you to move from experimenting with AI to actually building something reliable. The first feature that stands out is the company structure. So instead of having disconnected agents doing random tasks, you can build a hierarchy where each agent has a clear role. And you might have a CEO agent that delegates work, a researcher that gathers information, and an executor that carries out specific actions. This structure creates clarity and makes your system easier to manage. Again, another important feature is budget control. Each agent can be assigned a limit for how much it's allowed to spend. If it reaches that limit, it stops automatically. This protects you from unexpected API costs and gives you full visibility into how resources are being used across your system. The always-on capability is another major benefit because everything is running on Hostinger VPS. Your agents are active even when you're not. They can process tasks, complete workflows, and continue operating without interruption. This is what makes the system feel like a real working environment. You also get access to a centralized dashboard. So in the dashboard, you can see your organization, structure, track active tasks, review completed work, and monitor logs of every action your agents take. This level of visibility is important because it allows you to understand exactly how your system is performing. Scheduling and automation are also built into the system, so you can set agents to run at specific times or trigger them based on certain conditions. This just allows you to create workflows that run automatically without needing manual input every time. All of these features work together to create something that feels less like a tool and more like a system that operates independently. Okay, now how to actually set this up in Hostinger. So you will need a Hostinger VPS plan if you want to save save up to 70% off, we do have an exclusive link down below. I'll go over the different pricing plans in a bit, but I just want you to know that you do have to have a VPS plan. So you can choose one of these plans or get logged in. So once you are logged in, you're going to want to navigate to VPS. From here, you can go ahead and manage, or you'll click a plus VPS. From here, we'll go into Docker Manager. You'll go ahead and create a new project, and we're going to go to Compose and then one click deploy. From here, you're going to want to type in PaperClip. You'll click select, and from here, you'll go ahead and add the admin name, admin email, admin password, and then the API keys, and then go ahead and click deploy, and you can go ahead and get it set up. That literally took 15 seconds. I love how easy and simple it is. Now, once everything is configured, you'll go ahead and access the PaperClip dashboard. This is where you can start building your system. So you'll begin by creating your company. This will set up the foundation for the workflow. From there, you can create agents and assign them roles. For example, you might create a CEO agent, again, that oversees and delegates tasks, then create a research agent responsible for gathering information. Then you can assign a task like finding trending product ideas and set a budget for how much that agent is allowed to spend. When you run the system, the CEO agent delegates the task, the research agent completes it, and the results are logged inside the dashboard. Everything is tracked, structured, and visible. You can also set recurring workflows, so tasks run automatically on a schedule. This just allows your system to operate continuously without needing constant input. And as you get more comfortable with your system, you can expand it by adding more agents, creating more complex workflows, and refining how tasks are handled. Let's talk about the pros and cons so you can decide if this setup is for you. So PaperClip offers a lot of advantages if you're serious about building AI workflows. The biggest benefit is structure. So again, instead of running isolated prompts, you're creating a system that you can operate and scale over time. You also have full control over your environment since everything is hosted on your VPS. This is going to give you more privacy and flexibility compared to relying on third-party platforms. The budget control feature is another major advantage because it allows you to manage costs in a predictable way. You're not guessing how much your system might use, you're setting clear limits. Hostinger also makes the setup much more accessible by removing a lot of the technical complexity parts that would normally come with deploying something like this. On the downside, there of course is a learning curve, but that's honestly with anything. Even though the setup is simplified, you're still working with a system that involves hosting, APIs, and multiple components, so it is going to take a bit of time to understand how everything fits together. You also need to access external AI models, which means there are ongoing usage costs depending on how often your agents are running. And if you only need a simple AI assistant for basic tasks, this level of complexity might not be necessary for you. Okay, now let's dive into the different plans and pricing options. So you can save up to 70% off by using our link down below, and it really depends on the usage, right? How much RAM, disk space, bandwidth you actually need will depend. So if you just need the KVM 1, it's $649 a month. If you need the KVM 2, it's $899 a month. And as you can see, everything increases. KVM 4 is $1299 per month. Again, everything increases. And then the KVM 8 is $2599 per month, and everything increases. Each plan has AMD EPYC processors, SSD storage, data centers worldwide, free weekly backups, firewall management, public API, and so much more. So choose the plan based on how much usage you're going to need and how much size you need. This setup is ideal for anyone who wants to go beyond basic AI tools and start building real systems. If you're a creator, a founder, or someone interested in automation, this is going to give you a way to build workflows that actually run in the background and produce results without constant input. It's especially useful if you want multiple agents working together and need structure and organization, care about controlling costs, and want your system running continuously. If you're only using AI occasionally or for simple tasks, it's probably going to feel a bit more than you actually need. But if you're thinking about scaling your workflows and building something more advanced, this is a really strong direction to go. The biggest shift here is moving from using AI as a tool to building a system that works for you in the background. PaperClip gives you the structure to organize your agent, and Hostinger gives you the infrastructure to keep everything running smoothly. When you combine the two, you're no longer just using AI, you're building something that you can operate like a real company with tasks, workflows, and systems running continuously. If you want to get started with Hostinger VPS and PaperClip, don't forget to use our link down in the description below. I do want to mention that these are affiliate links, which means we may earn a small commission at no extra cost to you. So if you do choose to use our links, we just want to thank you so much in advance for supporting our channel. It really helps us to continue to create free content just like this. That wraps up this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave any comments or questions below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.